Earth Changes news for January 5th, 2012. Now, the first story I want to get to for this new year on Earth Changes is this story out in Oregon. It seems that magma is causing an uplift in the ground there. So let me read the story, and you guys can judge for yourself if this volcano is going to erupt or not. But it says volcanic activity is causing the Earth to rise in Oregon, scientists have found. Though whether such an uplift is a sign of an imminent eruption remains uncertain. And that's exactly what I said in that Germany volcano. That volcano in Germany, nothing means that it's an imminent eruption. Just something to watch for, people. Now, it says as early as the summer of 1996, a 230 square mile patch of ground in Oregon began to rise. The area lies just west of the South Sister volcano, which with the North and Middle Sisters form the Three Sisters volcanoes, the most prominent peaks in the central Oregon stretch of the Cascade Mountains. And then it goes on to say, although this region has not seen an eruption in at least 1,200 years, the scattered hints of volcanic activity there have been cause for concern, leading to continuous satellite-based monitoring. Now 14 years of data is revealing just how the Earth is changing there and the likely cause of the uplift. A reservoir of magma invading the crust 3 to 4 miles or 5 to 7 kilometers underground. And then it talks about the uplifting ground. It says the European Space Agency's European remote sensing radar satellites revealed that the terrain deformed in 3 distinct phases since this uplift began. From 1996 to 1998, the ground rose 0.4 inches per year, and then from 1998 to 2004, an uplift of 1.2 to 1.6 inches, or 3 to 4 centimeters annually. However, for the rest of the decade, uplift declined to only a few millimeters per year, for a total of 9.8 inches of uplift so far. So that's the latest over there in Oregon, and I just thought I'd make you people aware of it, just in case you guys are keeping track of the volcanic activity around the planet. Now, the next story I have for you is also, I believe, another story about a volcano. It says Europe's highest active volcano rumbles back to life. And this is not the one I thought it was. Okay, so let me read this. It says a column of hot ash spewed high into the sky from Italy's Mount Etna on the Mediterranean island of Sicily today, as Europe's highest active volcano rumbled back to life. Thursday's eruptions was the volcano's first in 2012, seismologists said. The volcano sent out a column of ash 5,000 meters above sea level, and lava was also seen flowing from the new crater on the southeast side of the summit toward the uninhabited Valley del Bove region, according to the Catania Universe Institute of Geophysics and Volcanology. So that's the story over there in Europe. Now I want to get to, I'm sure they're going to have a report on the one in Germany, which I got a lot of slack for because people were saying that that article was not from a reputable source. Well, the way I feel, if Mitch Batros, who is a little bit well known than I am, if he felt it necessary to report on it, then I think that it's only right that I spread that information to YouTube, just in case that volcano in Germany does erupt, that super volcano, nonetheless. Then I have another story here. 7 Indonesian volcanoes in level 3 alert status. Now this is not even mentioning that Germany volcano they're saying is coming back to life. So let me read this. This is out of Jakarta. It says 7 Indonesian volcanoes in level 3 alert status. It says the Center for Volcanology and Geological Hazards Mitigation on Thursday declared that 7 out of the 127 volcanoes in Indonesia are in danger status of level 3 alert, according to China's Xinjiao news agency. The volcanoes are namely Mount Papandayan in western Java province, Mount Gloken, and Mount Karajetan on North Sulawesi province. It says 1 out of the 7 volcanoes authorities are focusing on Mount Kawa Ijen, Mount Gamalama, and Mount Luwatala, as their eruption impact is the biggest compared to the others, said head of the National Agency of Disaster Mitigation. So that's another area to watch for out in Jakarta, in China, I guess. Now I want to get to another story here I saw earlier, also dealing with volcanoes. I said there was a lot of activity as far as volcanoes, so I already had 3 stories dealing with volcanoes. There was a landslide in the Philippines here. Also Vancouver. Let me read this one first. It says, a Vancouver Island storm shut down roads and cut off the power. It said a powerful storm spread across Vancouver Island over the past 2 days, knocking out electricity, flooding roads, and forcing ferry cancellations. So that's the story over there in Victoria, in Vancouver, in Canada. Let me see if it says anything else about it. So that's why I bring you this, because you can't click on, like I just did, to see the whole entire story. It says about 6,000 homes were without power and flood warnings were in place Wednesday morning after heavy rains and hurricane-force winds battered central and northern portions of the island. So you get more and more of these hurricane-force winds all over the place. It says the strongest wind pummeled the north tip of the island, with the most of the west coast seeing storm-force winds of up to 100 kilometers per hour. So that's the story over there. I mean, it's just crazy. It says the storm caused several other outages around Vancouver Island, including about 1,900 customers in Parksville, British Columbia Tuesday night, and 330 customers in Bamfield, British Columbia on the west coast. So that's I wanted to give you a quick update on what's going on over there. And then I have another story. So I haven't gotten to this in a long time, so I want to make sure you get all the news, people. Here's a landslide in the Philippines that just happened. Also today. These are all January 5th so far. Okay, this landslide kills 25 and buries more in the Philippines. They're having really bad, serious flooding over there. It says a landslide tore through the tiny gold mining village. Oh, this is not flooding. This is just a gold mining disaster, killing 25 people and burying dozens more, months after the government warned residents the mountain was uncertain to crumble. I bet you it's due to all that rain they had. It says the mountainside near that village, I'm not going to try and pronounce that, collapsed around 3 a.m., where most residents were asleep, sweeping away around 50 homes, shanties, and other buildings. A fissure in the mountain discovered late last year likely was aggravated by heavy rains, like I said, see? And the continuous mining in the saturated ground. See, I didn't even have to read this, and I knew. Thousands of poor Filipinos dig and pan for gold in the area, hoping to strike it rich despite the dangers of largely unregulated mining. So that's the story over there. I won't spend too much time on that. I think I have a couple of more stories to get to. Now, I'm very well aware of that story that I reported on YouTube about that volcano, that super volcano in Germany, in Bonn, Germany. And a lot of people wrote me saying it wasn't a reputable source. And I'm here right now to tell you that if I feel that Mitch Batros, it's enough importance for Mitch Batros to report on, then I think it's important enough for me to give to my subscribers. Because I know Mitch Batros is a little bit more popular and more well-known than I am on the internet. So look at this. Website is much more involved than mine ever would be. I think that's it, folks. Maybe I'll just read this one. There's another story. Maybe just two more I'll read. It says a massive Midwest winter storm tapers off. It says a major snowstorm that slammed the Midwest began to taper off, but not before causing multi-car pileups in 3 states on the snowy Monday that injured more than 20 people and temporarily shut down highways. So over there in the Midwest, they're having that. And I think the last story I want to get to, people, I don't want to make this too long, was also January 3rd. It says violent storms also caused major disruption across Britain. It says a violent Atlantic storm with vicious gusts toppling 100 miles per hour has brought major disruption to Scotland, Northern Ireland, Wales, and much of the western half of England, from the Lake District to the Cornwall. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on with the weather, what's causing all this, people, but I can tell you that something is definitely wrong with the weather. It's much more violent as far as earth changes goes. And I think that's about it. That one I reported on, the January 1st one. I did report on that earthquake in Japan. And then it talks about this solar activity could be the cause of East India cyclone and the Alaska volcano eruption. So that's it for this week, folks. I thought I'd just give you a quick update on at least the 2012 Earth Changes stories. Take it easy, folks, and stay safe. This has been Earth Changes News for January 5th, 2012.